Hi friends. If you click to find out my 5 strategies to better navigate Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales, as well as holiday shopping in general, then please keep on watching. Hi, I'm Alicia. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on my video. And if you are returning, well, thank you for visiting me again. Kinky Sweat stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional who loves things all movement and beauty. If you want to check out what I do in between the makeups, you can head over to my Instagram. A very different video for you, fam. Yes, I'm not tutorialing makeup or sharing makeup. I had wanted to do this video because I felt I needed help. So I came up with 5 strategies that are not official. I'm not a financial planner, financial organizer, although I should definitely financially organize. I'm not so specialized in this sector of money, but I thought these were helpful to me, so I thought to share anyway. Strategy number 1, something that I shared a few months back, is to save in advance. Now, while I understand we're going through some rough times financially, any money you save should be towards any financial priorities like your bills or your loans. But sometimes we do have dispensable income, and when that dispensable income rolls around, or you make that dispensable income happen by, monitoring your other expenses, put it to the side strictly for your holiday purchases, whether it's for holiday gifts, whether it's for yourself for shopping. If you know you are easily tempted by limited edition items that come out during the holidays, if you only actually spend during this time of year because this is when the sales are red hot, then that's what you do. I feel if you take money out of a bundle, if you will, that is solely dedicated to holiday shopping and not taking it from money that you need for more important expenses to remain financially stable, then you take from the money that's strictly there for your holiday shopping purchases. It could be $5 a day. It could be $20 a day. Whatever you could put away, it's just basic old school piggy bank mentality. Yes, it's not going to accumulate interest. Yes, it's not in the money market, but it's your little money that you're going to have dedicated for your holiday shopping. Strategy number 2, one of my favorites. When you do find yourself shopping, fill your basket and walk away. The walking away part is vitally important. It's cathartic to add in your dream basket, right? Just to drop it in the bag, drop it in the bag, drop it in the bag, whatever this might be. It could be makeup, it could be electronics, it could be culinary wear. Before you walk away, look at the total. Look at the total and ask yourself, are you willing to spend this much money on items that you impulsively just added to your basket? Maybe you will. However, give yourself time to think about these items. Really think about if you need them. And I know when it comes to beauty especially, we can create reason from thin air as to whether we need makeup items or not. Really try to be practical in terms of your thought process, comparing what you are about to purchase with what you already have. Think about if it's really just to kind of like show that you have something new. Maybe you just like the feeling of receiving packages in the mail. You just like that sensation of buying. And listen, fam, I get it. I love to shop, but I've really hunkered down on the shopping and just lessened it because even in the unique position that I am in, sharing the new products on the market, I can't keep spending and buying new makeup each and every week, multiple times a week. I'm not able to use that much makeup. Sure, I can give it away, but it's an overwhelming process when you receive so much from the mail, try it, talk about it, and then you dispose of it or you just abandon it. And I have mailed makeup from my declutters. It was a tough process, and I thank you, fam, for helping me with the shipping and handling costs. I don't know if I want to do that all the time. And maybe this is something you have undergone. Maybe you just feel when you see drawers and drawers and drawers and shelves of makeup, but that feeling of newness, of buying something, those endorphins that rush when you click place order, is temporary. And when you give yourself the time to wait it out, really think about it, sometimes you might even forget the items that you were lusting over hours before. And then that allows you to come back to the basket, start to edit it down, and then you're like, okay, I thought about this. These are the items that I know I will make use of. Yes, sure, you might not need them, but you'll use them and they'll be in your heavy rotation in terms of amplifying any part of your lifestyle, right? Whether again, beauty, music, wardrobe, arts and crafts. But the whole point of strategy number 2 is to just get it out. Get out the need to just see in front of you how many things you want, how many things are on your wish list, and be reasonable and cut it down. Strategy number 3 is potent, and it's what my friend Dana does. Clean up and or inventory. When I had to clean up my bathroom shelves, I had to get rid of a lot of stuff. And when you see in front of you how much you have to get rid of, you see dollar signs as well. And again, when I think back to those moments where I bought all these hair products and I bought all these makeup products, it started the same way. Well, I could use this, or I have to try this, or you know what, I just need to buy something to feel good. I'm not going to go into the mental psychology intricacies of buying to make one feel good. That's a whole different conversation. But when I really thought about the reasons why I was buying all these items, it didn't have any substantiated girth for me to do it again. And when you take inventory, when you actually have a list of all the items you have, and this is for beauty because this is mainly from my own experience, you have a list of your eyeshadow palettes, of all your highlighters, of all your bronzers, of all your blushes, your lipsticks, all the makeup categories. When you see what you have, when you physically see it on a list, it might deter you from adding to it anytime soon. And I get it if you collect makeup. I love my Fude brushes. I don't have an unlimited amount of money to spend on a Fude. As much as I love it, I don't have the finances to have a Fude brush collection. So I am very careful with the items that I purchase. There are a couple of items that I have on my wish list for this season. So I'm trying to be reasonable and not buy all the things. But when I open my drawer and see how many brushes I already do have, it kind of just pulls me back. It encourages me to maybe rotate the brushes. You've been using these brushes for quite some time this week. Time to use these brushes. And I slowly learn, I'm like, I have more than enough to last me for years, to have an immaculate experience applying my makeup, because I truly do have all the tools that I need. Everything else at this point, and it has been for quite some time, bonus. And that's the same with makeup. I have not completely finished anything. Everything technically is in rotation. That's why I also encourage you, and I also tell myself this, go back and use one palette a week. Maybe you do a weekly makeup wardrobe where you go back into your inventory, that you pick up the blush, the highlighter and bronzer, contour, what have you, you'll use this week, and then you switch out the wardrobe for the following week. Maybe you do this every day. Just like how you would prepare an outfit, you prepare your makeup outfit. And this will then allow you to really roll through all the products that you have. Maybe even remind yourself at how something was so great, or you change your mind about it, it's not great so much. But you'll never know if we keep buying and using new makeup and just keep our old makeup pushed to the wayside. So not only will cleaning up, taking inventory, and coming face to face with the items that you do have in abundance will help you make more reasonable buying decisions, but it could also encourage you to just use the makeup that you have and enjoy it. Number 4, and I touched on this briefly in my previous strategies, is to know that the feeling of purchase is temporary and the consequences may not be so. Listen, this goes back to strategy number 1. You have a budget. Let's say you save money over the course of several weeks. You're like, this is how much I have to spend on gifts and fun purchases for myself. If it's not in your budget, don't create reasons as to why it should break the budget, only because it's going to make you feel good to buy it. And I understand there are different mechanisms with shopping, with food, and other things that we rely on to make us feel good when we're not doing well mentally. But also know that the consequences can be more dire. Maybe you're using that money that needs to be prioritized for a bill or something that you can't be late for, and purchasing an excess of makeup when we really don't have that money to spend on it in the first place could negatively impact your financial planning or just put a wrench in any type of planning that you were doing. But I also know, because again, retail therapy, it relieves stress, it makes you feel good. Just prepare for it. If you love to shop and it's a stress reliever for you, financially prepare for it and save the money ahead of time. Because there's this dichotomous experience. You want to buy something to be less stressful, but then you're stressed out about the fact that you don't have that money anymore and you really need it for this thing that needs to be paid for or else. So again, plan well. Know whatever you're spending is not pulling from that bundle of money that have a high financial obligation. And if you have it, you can happily spend, you can relieve your stress and not feel stressed afterwards. Strategy number 5 seems like, well, yeah, duh, but I always need to mention it. We will survive without the item that we're lusting over and decide not to buy. I know it seems dumb. Of course we're gonna survive without the new blush palette. I think it's more psychological. You start to get the FOMO. You see the social media posts. I have this, I have that. Look at the photos using this new makeup item that you wanted, but you didn't get. Limited edition, not available anymore. I understand it sucks. I get into that headspace as well, fam. The end of the day, if you budgeted, fill your basket, edited it, did some cleanup, took inventory, realized that you're going through the motions of buying and purchasing, you're just trying to fight impulsive actions, and at the end of those rounds, you don't feel the need to buy something. You don't. You might think about it, you might miss it, but you're still alive. You're still alive without the eyeshadow palette you wanted. You're still alive without the lipstick you were lusting over. And I realize I play a role in all of this. I know I present new makeup, I share new makeup, but I feel you are all intelligent consumers. You see a product in action and then you discover if it will align with your own aesthetic, with your own makeup application technique. I've seen several times in my comments to say it's not for me, and it's so powerful to know that. It's powerful to see something, to admire it, and just walk away. And no matter how much I love something or say something is beautiful, and you feel like this anxiousness about, ooh, I need to get it, you don't have to. To know you could just walk away, and despite how beautiful something looks on me, despite how it looks beautiful on someone else that you watch, if you decide not to buy it, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. And it teaches us to love what we have, to know that what we have, which knowing my fam is quite a lot, we'll make use out of it. And if there's something you have your eye out for, because, you know, with social media releasing all these sneak peeks constantly, even after we've saved, even if we budgeted, we bought everything we wanted, you will still probably encounter that moment where you see a product, it's not in the budget, you already spent what you need to spend, and you still want something. It's okay. It's okay to want something and to spend money on it. What's not okay is if that action is going to further stress you out. And I was one to do anti-hauls. I stopped doing them, although they were fun. At the end of the day, as much as we try to not buy anything, to be on a no buy or even a low buy, that's human nature. Whenever you tell yourself you can't do something, guess what? You want to do it anyway. And you can navigate through those emotions. You can try to fight it. You could have will power. It takes a lot of it. At the end of the day though, when you put those restrictions on yourself, it's almost like you feel guilty for wanting to buy this item because you put yourself on a low buy or a no buy. Instead of feeling guilty or feeling bad that you are still lusting for makeup that you should not buy or should not want, it's okay. We love what we love. I think we have to just establish a balance of not feeling guilty about wanting makeup and shopping for makeup, but making reasonable choices, stepping back, thinking about it before we make any impulsive buys. I have for myself what I call a holiday fund, and whatever purchases I'm buying, either for myself or gifts that I'm buying, I make sure it comes out of that. There have been plenty times, fam, where I looked at something, looked at the price, convinced myself that it's okay. You need to treat yourself. You need to buy this item. I really thought about it and I'm like, well, you know, Alicia, you have to pay your web developer not only design my website, but my email template as well as my logo. Daphne, my photographer who I have for content, my monthly subscriptions to Zoom and to Klaviyo and to Acuity. So with me, even though I want all these things, I still have to remember that these items that might make me feel good might not help elevate me as a brand, as a business owner, because it does feel good to have the money to spend on an external SSD drive, on a new mic if I need it, on a new camera if I wanted to do more vlogging. So I learned over the course of quarantine that I didn't have to scrape at the bottom of my bank account to cover these expenses. It's because I didn't buy as much makeup as I would have maybe 2 years ago. And I realized that everyone is in the same position as I am. Like, you might not need a website, you might not need this, you might not need that take a higher priority than the newest highlighter. And just to come in terms with that, and if you can't buy these set items, if you can't buy this new makeup, it's okay. Maybe you'll get it as a present, you never know. And that is it, fam. While I realize these are not profound strategies and perhaps you heard all of these before, I just thought I'd share anyway because I do think we are entering a very unique holiday season, unlike anything we have experienced before. But I think if we have a strategy, if we have a plan, if we put our shields up, we can make better buying decisions that would not leave us broke and a lot more mentally stable. Let me know what your strategies are, fam, what you use not only for this year, but in the past to help you spend reasonably and smartly. And until then, that is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing to my channel. And until then, I'll see you in here again with another review, tutorial, buying strategies video, monthly favorites, or nightly live chit chat. Take care, and I will see you again soon.